All right, this is where the real fun begins. It's time to dig in and start inputting content onto your website. Really quickly, let's recap what we've done so far. First, we added blank pages and posts. We inserted our own logo, configured the navigation menu, and imported the copywriter layout pack. And now that those initial steps are done, we're going to set up our homepage content. I'm going to walk you through section by section so you know exactly how to input your content and how to make it fit your colors and branding. If you haven't already, be sure to check out the bonus material for this course where I show you how I used a content template to plan the text for my website. I have 2 tabs open right now. I have the homepage open in one tab and I have my content template open in another. I'll be referring to both of these throughout the rest of this course. So let's get started. At the top of your screen, you should see this black administrative bar. If you don't see it, be sure to log into your WordPress dashboard because it only appears to logged in users. Go ahead and click Enable Visual Builder. Now we're ready to begin inputting our content. The first piece of content on this page is this big header that says, "Hello, I'm Jane." I'm going to take a look at my content template, and you can see that I have my text laid out here for this section. For the big heading, I'm going to have the text say, "Hello, I'm Anne," and then for the subheading, I'm going to have a virtual assistant for busy bloggers. The cool thing about the Divi theme is that you can actually type your text directly onto the page. So I'm just going to change the name Jane to Anne. Then I'm going to head back over to my content template and copy my subheading by right-clicking and selecting Copy. I'm going to select the text that I want to replace on my website, and then right-click and choose Paste and Match Style. As I mentioned previously, if you just paste without matching the style, it will copy the formatting over from your Word or Google Doc, and I don't want to do that. Next, I'm going to edit the button text link and color. Hover over the button until you see the module controls pop up, and then click on the settings icon, which looks like a little gear. In my content template, I can see that I want the button to say My Services, and I want the button to link to my services page. In the button settings panel, I will replace the button text with My Services. Then I'll expand the link drop-down, and I want to copy and paste in the URL of my services page. So I just right-click on Services in my navigation menu, click Copy Link Address, and then paste that address into the button URL field. I also want to change the color of this button. I want it to be the emerald green that I'm using for my brand. So I'm going to head back to my content template and copy the hex value that I found for my highlight color. Back on my website in the Design tab under Button Settings, expand the button drop-down and scroll down a little bit until you see the button background color. Then click the color, which is currently orange, and you'll see that there's a little box in the upper left-hand corner where you can copy and paste your hex value. So I'm going to paste the hex value from my emerald green that I got from my content template document. Now notice that as I make these changes, they are appearing in real time on my site, which really helps me see the changes visually. Since I'm done with this button, I'm going to click on the check mark in the bottom right-hand corner. And then, because I like to save as often as possible, I'm going to go ahead and save this page by clicking on the circle at the bottom of my screen with the 3 little dots, and then clicking on the Save button in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. The last thing I want to change about this section is the background image. As mentioned earlier, for the most part, I'm going to be using images that came with the Divi theme. This image has a person in it, and I want to change that to a more generic background image. So I'm going to hover over this image until I see the blue section settings dialog box appear. Then click on the settings icon, which again looks like a little gear. Expand the background dropdown, and then click on the current background image. This will pop up a screen where you can select your new background image. Here you see my media library, which includes all of the files that are currently uploaded to my site. I'm going to be using an image from this media library, but if you wanted to, you could click on the Upload Files tab to upload a new file to your site. So back in the Media Library tab, I'm going to click on the image that I want to use. I'm going to scroll down on the right side a little bit until I see this size drop-down box. I'm going to select full size here because this image is taking up the entire width of my screen. Then I click the blue Upload an Image button. And it's really as simple as that. All I need to do now is click the blue check mark to exit the Section Settings dialog box, and then save my page. And with that, we are already done with the first section of our home page. In the next module, we'll continue inputting content onto our home page.